Hi everyone. Today I am sharing my thoughts on How Democracies Die by Daniel Ziblatt and Steven Levitsky. This book is a must read for anyone interested in understanding the challenges facing the democratic governments today. The author argues that the health of democracy depends on the willingness of its leaders to accept the basic rules and norms of the political system even when they are out of power. When leaders reject these norms, it can lead to the erosion of the democratic institution and the rise of authoritarianism. One example in this case the authors provided is the case of Turkey, where President Tayyip Erdogan has used his position to consolidate power and undermine democratic norms. Erdogan has used tactics such as cracking down on media, suppressing opposition voices, and manipulating elections to maintain his grip on power. As a result, Turkey's democracy has suffered, with freedoms and civil liberties increasingly coming under threat. One of the key insights that the author provided is the concept of constitutional hardball. It is characterized by the use of extreme tactics by political leaders to achieve their goal, often at the expense of democratic norms and institutions. The author provides numerous examples of constitutional hardball in action. The first of all is a divisive rhetoric. That is simply, if you see the image here, it is simply if you see this image here, it is simply a blame game. It's a political spin that is never going to end. He is going to blame him, going to blame him, and up to so on. It is never going to end. The secondly is the voter suppression. It is simply you go and cast vote, but your vote is never counted. Your basic right is taken away by some influential people. And lastly, the manipulation of a judicial appointment. It is a very disastrous move that is used by the governments, by the politicians, sorry. The politician uses the judiciary for its own political purposes, and the judiciary become the arbitrator of the political problems. And lastly, the suggestion that authors have provided in this book is the formation of a strong political institution, political parties. One of the that is It is very critical for supporting or undermining democratic norms. Strong political parties are essential for the functioning of a healthy democracy, as they provide a check on extremism and help to prevent the rise of authoritarian leaders. Lastly, I want to give you four takeaways from this book. First of all, the health of democracy depends on the willingness of its leader to accept the basic rules and norms of the political system even when they are out of power. So, what it is, when leaders reject these norms, it can lead to the erosion of democratic institutions and the rise of authoritarianism. Secondly, strong political parties play a critical role in supporting or undermining democratic norms. Strong, moderate political parties are essential for the functioning of a healthy democracy, as they provide a check on extremism and help to prevent the rise of authoritarian leaders. Thirdly, the concept of constitutional hardball that I have discussed, and these examples include divisive rhetoric, voter suppression, and the manipulation of judicial appointment. Fourthly, the decline of democratic government is not inevitable, that we all know, but there are steps that citizens can take to defend and strengthen their democracies. These include these includes the supporting moderate political parties, participating in elections, and speaking out against attempts to undermine democratic norms. Now, I highly recommend this book, How Democracies Die, to anyone interested in understanding the current state of democratic government around the world. Its clear prose and wealth of examples make it accessible to a wide audience, and its message is as timely as possible, as ever, and relevant as ever.